I grew up like a savage.
Checks from, but I seen that artist at the time. He had, PhD up under him. He had Brown up under him. He had, he still had his roster. He had lightweight. He had to see Murders and the Mia X and stuff, but he had other cats up under him. So he was always like that. So he was getting his checks before he was getting his checks. We like, man, fuck that, V. We finna put all this record different because we would just put them out, and when they sell out with Bossa Mode, they sell out with Bossa Mode, and that's it. Yeah. This time we're like, man, we're gonna get ahead of the ball. So we bought hella shit. One thing, we got our first real big check.
So was it what we talked about this damn near with a lot of, was it City Hall or any of that? It was City Hall. And what was that? Was that Walk?
Walk, yeah.
Now was it another person? E40 uncle?
St. Charles.
St. Charles.
He was doing solo music group.
So these guys, and this is what I want to document. This is what I'm talking about, that Oakland history shit, right? Or just Bay Area shit, right? These guys was like, you could say Empire before Empire.
Man. They were,
because that was the go-to.
To me,
that was the go-to.
To me, they were more like priority. Because they would put you everywhere, and unlike Empire, and unlike anything we ever heard of before, they got you all your fucking money up front. That's what Solar Music. What I gathered from that was, because they reached out to us, but we were like, we felt like it was a Vallejo, and again, we were so proud of Oakland. We just didn't want to cross up with nothing. We were like, that's some Vallejo shit. Right. We're going to keep doing what we doing. Which was foolish, but keeping it real. We're like, no, that's some Vallejo shit. We ain't going to do that. We doing the town. We don't get caught up in that shit. Right. St. Charles was, when they approached us, and I'm quite sure before he got a better situation because his uncle, but he would take 100%, and he would give you, like, anywhere from 25 to 40% is what he'll take as a distribution fee. But he'll get you all your motherfucking money, though. So if it's $100,000, you're going to get about 60, 70,000, and he's going to take his off.
But who determines the number? Is it the number you pressing up, or what he believed you projected to sell?
He going to go out there and solicit it first and tell you what to press. It's all, from what I understand, he was doing all COD.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, he was getting niggas to check.
So actually, in essence, it's like an audition because he got to believe this shit raw.
But he wouldn't fuck with nobody at first. At first, it was strictly, his nephews. Then Master P, I believe, went in on one or two projects, and then he started reaching out to other people. Sibo, but a handful of cats. But I think at that point, it wasn't as strong as it was. You follow me? Yeah. So we was getting some scatters. You know what I mean? And then 40 was getting ready to sign a job, and that's how 40 got that situation with Jive. From what I got from that, it was like 40 was like, man, look, I make $250,000 every time I put out a record. Right. Y'all gotta give me that. Right. And he getting it up front, and had documents to prove it. So I was like, okay, first $250,000, whatever, sell through, that's your money. Right. And after that, we started doing the splits, and we do. So that was the deal. And then when you look back at it, we probably should have did it. When you mentioned Pete, we went there. So the day we go get our first big check, Pete come out. This is when he was finna go to Priority. He was like, yeah, man. He said, man, why don't y'all come with me?
I remember that.
We're like, what? Because, like you said, we from the town and we thinking P. Boosie.
Right.
We performed one time with P. in Richmond. He pulled up in a Pinto. Right. With a derby on, black derby, white t-shirt, black hat, by himself. Damn. And some jean shorts. Got on stage to perform. Said, man, let me go take this Dolphin rental back. I had to come get to this motherfucker and get back to my... Walked right out the building, roll out, and we was like that nigga Boosie. For one, we thought he was Boosie because he came in there like that. Right. And two, we was like, he was Boosie for even announcing that to us.
Why he say it?
Right, you follow me? Yeah. So... but the man was clever.
He was clever.
He was fucking genius.
Fuck, man.
Know that story?
Yeah, of course I know.
Okay, I'm just asking because if you didn't, I was like, this shit is real important. Like niggas, I'm looking at niggas' eyes.
But when we there, he was like, come with us, and we was like, nah, we ain't gonna. He's like, man, I'm finna be bigger than Rap a Lot. And I was like, what? We was like, what? He gonna be bigger than Rap a Lot. He said, man, dog, I'm finna be bigger than Rap a Lot. And he said, I don't got nobody on my roster representing Oakland before he had gotten the Steady Mob. And then he was like, well, man, we bosses ourselves, man. We can't just go and be up under you. And he was like, I'm telling you, man, y'all, it ain't just y'all gonna be up, but y'all still do your own thing. We're like, well, we'll get at you. We'll holler at you, right? But we was not interested in fooling with him at all, which was another keeping the real situation.
Yeah, keep it going wrong. Keep it real goes wrong.
And that man became bigger than Rap a Lot.
Right.
He did everything he said he was gonna do. And I would probably never die him again.
Listen, the internet didn't even exist, and I knew that. I knew that shit.
Yeah.
I knew about P wanted y'all. You know what I'm saying? But this is the thing. As a fan and as a youngster, I still thought of y'all like bosses for that. It was still some admiration because y'all priority deal came after that, right?
Yeah. He went to priority first, and then we went up there. Again, they was trying to funnel us through P. And again, we still was like, man, we bosses. But this time we believed in him, so we was gonna try to figure out a way to make it work.
And Out of Control is out.
No, by this time we dropped Big Moves, which was the next record.
But Big Moves was through priority.
Mm-hmm.
But Out of Control.
When we went up there, that's what they signed us off of.
Okay, so numbers wise, Out of Control did about what?
Like then, SoundScan, all that shit. So we pressed, well, all I know is what we pressed up. We pressed up Out of Control, we pressed up probably about, we pressed up 35,000 CDs and maybe like 15,000 tapes.
And just think about this though, right? They base everything off first week numbers and shit now, right?
Back then they didn't do that.
They didn't do that. That's what I'm saying. But back then, that was major numbers independent. When you think about the dollar amount made,
listen,
when you think about
we was honest, like I said at first, we just didn't know. Out of Control was the first time we said, dude, let's really figure out what we did.
Yeah.
And press up some shit according to that. So we don't, because you remember the money we missing when we sell it out.
Right.
Me and V pressing up 7,500 CDs, 2,500 or 5,000 tapes, and then when they go sell through, we're gonna press it up again. Then when they sell through, we go press it up again. Because we wasn't putting out albums like everybody else. We was putting them out every year and a half. Or so.
Right.
And we was putting out EPs. We wasn't even really giving a fuck. So when this Out of Control was the first time we actually tried to really say, hey, we really got some money. Because we never really saw no money that way. You can't see no money buying an ounce.
Right.
You follow me?
Right.
So we really wasn't seeing no money.
Right.
So we finally seen some money, and then Priority came and gave us some money, and they did something with the record that we didn't want to do. And that's how Bosses came about, because we was like, man, look, they like, we sent them all hella songs we had, and it was like, these what we want, this what we want to do. And we was like, y'all picking too many commercials. Like, we don't really have nothing to represent Oakland.
With no substance, yeah.
And that only song that we really felt and we wanted to be our first single was the one on there that's East Oakland, West Coast.
Right.
That was the one we wanted as the first
Right.
single. And Priority was like, nah. It was Smooth Getaway because that's more sonic sound. And again, we don't know. We've never been nowhere but Oakland. So
Right.
we let them do it, and from that point on, we didn't trust them.
Right.
Because they didn't do what we want. And in the streets, East Oakland, West Coast is what they was playing.
That shit was the one.
It was like, man, we know Oakland supports Oakland. So
Right.
when they said, well, look, we're gonna do it again. This time we're gonna listen. You guys do what y'all gonna do. Let's have some input on about a handful of songs. That's when they got who was that? D-Lo. Not D-Lo. What's the guy that did Do That There? CeeLo.
And Young Bleed.
CeeLo, Young Bleed. Yeah,
Young Bleed.
So they had us contracted some songs with them, and in the process they said, we're gonna get some other producers for you, but you guys do what y'all do. So we went and we started making Boston. We started running a lot of cats that knew us, like you said. A lot of cats really, we still didn't know how many people knew about us. So Mac 10, hey man, I love y'all shit, man. Start telling us town shit, mention the town dudes, and man, I can get on y'all album. Again, we always have Master P. So then we start running wearing the Snoop up there. We was gonna try to get Snoop on something, but at that time he was going through stuff with Suge, and then he was getting ready to sign to Master P. So, but we could have really made a really, really big impact on as far as features outside of our area. But they had Priority had put out that dude, I don't want anybody. Did the And we knew that record was all over the place. And we was like, but he's not selling the records that I think he should sell.
Right.
And Snoop was behind him, badass. So we was like, man, what y'all doing with it? Like, well, we gonna put y'all through the same program. I'm like, no, we don't want to go through that program. Y'all either gonna put us through what y'all doing with Mac 10, or y'all can let us go.
And did he have Who Banging already?
Yeah, he didn't have Who Banging Records then. No.
Okay.
He was on the Ice Cube shit, Lynchburg. So after that, they was like, well, look, that's what we're doing, and if that ain't what y'all want, then what y'all want to do. I said, well, we want to go. And me and V sat and we discussed it. They let us go. We broke ties, and we said we just did some boss shit.
No problem.
Yeah, we said we just did some boss shit. And Richard went to studio with Rich, and we did bitch niggas. At the end, Rich was like, "Yeah, bosses will be bosses," and we're like, "That's who we are."
That's who we are.
Yeah, that's what we named the record.
So who was the A&R up at Priority?
Dave Weiner at the time.
Dave Weiner. Okay. And it was it divisions like, was it hip hop or head of black music type motherfuckers
They
up
had
there?
rock and roll and shit up there too. They had hella shit.
Okay.
It was all white people.
Yeah.
You know, running shit.
Promotion wise, did they do y'all justice? Cause I believe y'all would have been in the source and all that shit on y'all own. It wasn't. I
think that they tried, but
Okay.
you got Master P who was put. We was going places, dog, man. Cause we did a tour run and we was right behind Master P, man. Once Master P had everything on lock, bruh. I'm talking about every fucking thing. You go to the store, this whole wall is his, and now you got all the major labels splitting this small wall, and you got to kind of squeeze in there. So
Right.
Nobody could shine, bro. Nobody could shine. Priority. So if the world felt that way about P, Priority had to treat him that way. You know what I mean?
Now going back to because I want to, I'm gonna rewind a little bit. One of my favorite songs. I think we done had high speeds and ran stop signs and hella little nigga shit off late night, and that was on Boss Ballin' compilation.
What
What the fuck do V say on the beginning of that song?
Swallow bing bing.
What?
Swallow bing ding ding. I don't know what the fuck it mean. But
I just always
having hella fun.
Okay, I always wanted to know. I rewinded. I damn near broke a tape. Like what?
That was back in the day when we was doing tapes. So we
Right.
were there talking, and Vidal just said that, and
Right.
I really responded, "What the fuck you saying?"
You say that.
Yeah, man, we independent. Dog.
Yeah.
What the fuck we want.
Right.
It's really a conversation we was having.
Right.
So.